Hi everyone, good afternoon. So one of you guys asked me a question in the YouTube comment section. He is asking kung paano daw ba madaling mag-memorize ng mga scientific names, specifically for pests and pathogens. And I think that's a very good question. So for today, I will be discussing to you some tips that might help you better remember, to better memorize scientific names of pests and pathogens. Now, some of these tips could also help you better memorize yung scientific names and common names of plants and animals. So let's start with tip number one. When it comes to pests and diseases, there are some commonality in their suffixes. Suffix meaning yan yung phrase or a particular word at the ending of each scientific name. For example, ang bacteria or one of the things that you can find sa scientific name ng mga bacteria is the suffix bacter or myces. For viruses, I am sure na ang viruses wala yung scientific name per se, but it always ends with a virus. Yun yung tawag sa organism niya. It's always identified as a virus. Ganun din kapag viroid. For nematodes, some suffix or phrases that you should look into are nema and oides. Whereas kay fungi naman, that would be myces as well. Parang yung bacteria, spora, and phthora. Okay. Now, these are not foolproof tip. This is not a foolproof tip. Ibig sabihin, kapag nakita nyo yan, sure na kayo na bacteria, sure na nematode, sure na fungi, or hindi lahat ng fungi, nematode, and bacteria, may mga ganyang words kang mababasa. Okay, so this is just a rule of thumb to give you an idea na kapag may nakita kayong common phrases in the scientific names for each kind of pathogen, then you take note of that and you might actually use that to memorize kung yung pinag-uusapan ba nating scientific name is a bacteria, a nematode, a fungi, a virus, or a viroid. Tip number two in distinguishing pests and diseases is to always associate yung pest na yon or yung disease na yon sa host niya. Okay, sino ba yung host ng peste na yon? Anong halaman ba yung naapektuhan niya? Anong sakit? Okay? And ano yung symptom ng sakit na yon? It would be a good idea, which is our tip number 5, to have a visual cue or a visual idea kung ano yung manifestation ng mga damages from this pest or damages from this specific pathogen. Tip number 3 in memorizing scientific names, which is not only which is not only related to the scientific name of pathogens, pero scientific name din ng animals and crops, is to use grouping and to use flashcards. Now, flashcards are very important and pwede kang gumawa ng physical flashcards, which basically you have a card, tapos sa harap nun, nandyan siguro yung common names, at likod nandun yung scientific name. But I would suggest to use digital flashcards, not physical one, but digital flashcards such as Anki, in creating a particular group. Tapos yung group na deck na yon, yung deck na yon, it will only contain scientific name of crops. So puro crops lang. And then gawa ka ng another separate one na puro animals, another separate one na puro pest, another separate one na puro insects. So by doing that and compiling it per group, mas mapapadali rin yung pagre-review mo. Another way that can boost your memory when it comes to memorizing this scientific names is to use the basic and reverse function ng inyong Anki app or Anki Droid, right? Basic and reverse simply means kapag nag-enter ka, for example, yung front card mo, nilagay mo dun yung common name, tapos yung back card nandun yung scientific name, basic and reverse means from that card, dalawa yung question na bubuhay niya. The first one would be ang magpapakita, common name, and kailangan mong hulaan yung scientific name. And the other one would be scientific name ang magpapakita and kailangan mong hulaan yung common name. So that's the best way to review and attach both the scientific name and the common name of these organisms, of these animals, plants, etc. So yan yung ginamit ko noon that allows me to memorize yung mga scientific names ng insect, crops, and animals. You group them, you use flashcards, digital flashcards, if I may suggest, and then gamitin nyo yung basic and reverse function ng Anki Droid or Anki app. Fourth tip, pwede kayong gumamit ng mnemonics. And of course, kapag nakagawa kayo ng flashcard, you need to make sure na nagpa-practice kayo, okay? Hindi po porket nagawa nyo na yung flashcard, you leave it there and hindi nyo na ginagamit. Make sure na ginagamit nyo kasi importante yan, yung paggamit ng flashcards in building and maintaining retention dun sa pinag-aaralan natin. When you use mnemonics, you can use words that are kind of strange. Kasi the stranger the word, the better the retention sa utak natin. For example, one famous mnemonic for a nematode is Mel loves worms. So Mel loves worms is a mnemonic for Meloidogain incognita, right? So kapag narinig mo yung Mel loves worms, parang automatic na Meloidogain incognita yung pinag-uusapan dyan. Sa akin nun, kapag medyo complicated yung scientific name na pinag-aaralan, like for example, Ostrinia fornicalis, no? Or yung Asiatic, if I'm not mistaken, that's your Asiatic corn borer. Ostrinia, parang nilalagay ko siya as an ostrich, right? Yung image ng ostrich, which is malapit sa Ostrinia. Tapos fornicalis is I'm thinking of something that is furry. So a furry ostrich can be matched to Ostrinia fornicalis for some reason. So ganon, kung kaya nyo gawing strange yung pagme-memorize nyo doon sa scientific name, strange but something that you can remember at an instant. So gumawa kayo ng picture of that specific word, then that could also help you memorize better yung mga scientific names. And lastly, you need to always use visualization if you can, okay? If you can use visualization sa mga hayop, sa mga halaman, sa mga insekto, and sa mga diseases that would allow you to connect the scientific name to the pictures, then that would also be better. Okay? Now, when you are creating your digital flashcards in Anki, you can actually do that. Pwede kang mag-insert ng image doon, and yung image na yon, pwede mo siyang gamitin to identify a specific name or a common name of a particular organism. So these are my 5 tips on how you can better distinguish or identify yung scientific names ng mga pests and pathogens. These are also tips that would help you memorize scientific names in general, and I hope magamit nyo ito before taking yung nalalabing board exam for agriculturists. Thank you.